Today we're going to talk about digital printing on flat panels and roll-to-roll digital printing for edges on reel. We are targeting manufacturers of panels and furniture. We are mainly focusing on the MDF and chipboard panel coating and digital decoration. The options that we offer, however, can also be extended to other materials, such as HPL and aluminium honeycomb panels, Alubond panels, fiber cement, and ceramic slabs. In the same way, the roll-to-roll reel decoration options for edges can be extended to other materials in reels, such as metal strips, paper reels, and label films. Let's start by explaining what digital printing is. By digital printing, we mean a method of depositing liquid inks using inkjet printing heads. This can be achieved with so-called multi-pass printers or with heads that are caused to move over the substrate to be decorated through a mechanism similar to that of domestic printers. The output rate of these printers is generally limited to a few dozen square meters per hour. For higher productivity needs, single-pass printers are used, in other words, printers with heads in a fixed position below which the substrates to be decorated are fed on at speeds of up to tens of meters per minute. A single-pass printer is mainly made up of a few color bars, typically 4 to 8, each of which manages the deposition of ink onto a substrate to be decorated as each substrate goes past under the bar. Each bar deposits its own color on the substrate, which, in series with the others, forms a complete image. In printing systems, there are 4 basic colors: cyan, magenta, yellow, black. An image is formed by printing in sequence the 4 images corresponding to the 4 basic colors, called separations. What opportunities does digital printing integrated into the coating line have to offer? Maximized customization, small batches 10 to 100 square meters, reduced lead times, smaller stock requirements, service stock elimination. Let's go into more detail about maximized customization, which is definitely the main feature of digital printing systems, created and developed to allow a very high degree of variability in decorations. Small batches. Digital printing integrated into a coating line equipped with supervision software solutions allows batch 1 items to be processed. In other words, items having each a different decoration from the others. Digital printing makes batch 1 and other small batches economically viable. Shorter lead times from first design to delivery. The inherent characteristics of digital printing systems allow the first item design to first item manufacturing time to be dramatically reduced. Let's go through the various phases. There can be different image sources, such as very high-resolution images captured by professional cameras or images acquired using a professional industrial scanner. In this case, it is also possible to detect a 3-dimensional surface shape with rough areas and ripples, which can then also be reproduced on the printed piece. The image is then processed by optimizing its parameters such as color, size, and definition for final printing. We are then ready for a test on the line. The image proofing consists in verifying the image color tone and details rendering. It is a process intended to reduce the development and approval time required for a new product. This process begins on a monitor and continues on the proofing printer. Then printing of the first specimen on the line is carried out, followed by inspection and any corrections before moving on to the production stage. Smaller production stock. Unlike other substrate decoration techniques that require stocks of rolls, screens, specific colors, or decorative paper, digital printing simply needs inks, and the cost of the process is the same, regardless of the number of items to produce, 5 or 5,000. Elimination of service stock. The suitability of digital printing for the production of on-demand decorations makes it possible to eliminate service stocks too. and to produce just a few special or spare parts in a financially reasonable way, even if they are no longer available in the company's product portfolio. Additionally, digital printing allows the required spare part to be produced in a shade of the decoration closer to the actual color shade of the end customer's furniture to be replaced, by detecting the actual color tone of the item to be replaced after it has lived for years in a real environment and therefore has inevitably undergone changes. Now let's get to the heart of the matter with two case studies. Digital printing is a great opportunity and is complementary to coating. Its production line includes the steps of panel preparation by sanding and filling, primer application, printing of images, application of a transparent base coat, finally finishing, which can be high gloss, i.e. bright, or deep matte, or even textured, leaving plenty of room for creativity. Has demonstrated the expressive potential of digital printing by creating the setups for Prada's Spring-Summer 2021 catwalk shows. High-impact graphics and strong contrasts were intended to amaze and capture the attention of the participants, creating a background setting for the fashion shows. Was asked to create 2 floorings for the setup, about 100 square meters each, which had to reproduce 2 varieties of precious marble, one black and one green, with a very high gloss finish, between 95 and 98 gloss. Procured original slabs of these marble types, scanned them with an industrial scanner, and processed the images from the scans according to the indications of the project architects. After printing reference samples and obtaining initial confirmation that the graphic result did indeed meet the customer's expectations, proceeded to create some real samples on the line, obtaining the customer's final approval. Thanks to the high quality of the industrial scanning system used and subsequent graphic processing of the images, it was possible to create a black marble floor so that it would look like a single, large rectangular slab with sides of about 10 by 12 meters. In total, only 10 days of work were needed from the original idea to the actual setting up of the fashion show venue. The same job, done by engraved roller printing, would have taken 30 to 60 days. Clearly, it would not have been possible to implement the Prada project with this earlier technology, both in consideration of timing issues and for the huge cost per panel that such a special, highly specific project would have implied. Let's take it to the next step. The Prada project only required the decoration and finishing of panel surfaces, while the furniture industry requires decoration consistency between panel surfaces and edges. This is what we need to know before introducing the second case study today. Meet a company that owns a digital printing and finishing line for reels of ABS and PS edges. Its production line includes the steps of application of a white base coat, printing of images, application of a transparent finishing coat, and finally drying and winding. The customer delivers to a physical workpiece to be used for reproducing the graphic pattern. Scans it, separates the image into layers each with a specific color, and then fine-tunes the perfect tone. In jargon, goes to color, using the try, check, and repeat method. Basically, it carries out a number of successive tests and then compares them with the original until the desired result is obtained. Now, if we know from the start that both panel and edge graphics will be created digitally, this phase can be skipped and the same digital image can be used for printing both the flat surface and the edge. And there's more. If the manufacturer of the decorated panel and the manufacturer of the edge use the same inks, metamerism, that is the fact that different sources of light will produce different perceptions of color, will also be minimized. Summing up, digital printing integrated in a coating line allows decorated panels to be produced by ensuring top quality, high visual impact and durability, is complementary to and not intended to replace coating, and it actually enhances the coating potential for obtaining products with the desired resistance and surface effect characteristics. Digital printing on flat panel surfaces and on edges can be used in an integrated way for the creation of furniture in which the decoration of flat surfaces and edges, even in highly customized forms, is perfectly matched, both in terms of pattern and in terms of color tone.